Welcome, everybody, to the show. Joining us is our co-host and fellow traveler, Dan the Dan Noodles Man, the Ronnie James Dio of Wargaming. Dan, how's it going?
That's right. It's going, okay? Okay? It's going.
That's right. I understand. I understand.
I've
been listed. This is your show, Dan. I've been listening to a lot of Dio lately, actually. It's inspirational for me.
You know what I've been listening to? Bjork. I like Bjork.
Okay. Good for you.
And
I'm glad you're enjoying that. Whatever it is.
Esoteric ambient stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You know what I'm sick and tired of?
What's that?
I'm sick and tired of tonal music. Meaning music that we know where it's gonna go. We've heard it a million freaking times. And I'm not even talking about radio stuff. I just want to hear random sounds now.
Okay.
Electroacoustic stuff, just
there's a whole genre of YouTube videos with just like radio chatter and that kind of stuff.
Ah, Christ, not that. I'm talking about serious people.
So, there you go. Manders is getting with the program here.
So, hey, Stuka Joe's in the house.
Stuka Joe is here. Maltov Cocktail. Bill, thanks for stopping by. He says Bjork is awesome. I don't really know much about Bjork other than that she's been in a couple of movies. So
she's awesome.
I know who she is, but
she is very, very on the cutting edge of edge. You know what I'm saying?
Is she like a modern day Patti Smith type of person, or
are you kidding me? She is a Peter Gabriel plus.
Okay,
that's the kind of stuff she does, and it's really, really, and her voice is fantastic. She obviously is trained. And yes, human behavior to start out. Absolutely.
I'm more of a fan of the Human League personally, but there's reasons for that.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same. Listen,
I am aware of that.
She's on her own. Even more so than David Bowie, even more so than Peter Gabriel, but she's close to Peter Gabriel. You know what I'm saying?
Always felt like there are certain singular musical artists in, the history of rock and roll and pop music and all that stuff, which is what I'm most familiar with, that really have never been duplicated, who had a unique sound, and nobody can really duplicate that. And that list of people is not as long as you might think.
No,
there's tons of guitar players that wanted to play like Jimmy Page, so they got to play like Jimmy Page and then did their own thing. Not really a lot of people play like Jimi Hendrix because nobody could. So
nobody could. Obviously, you can't, because you can't play like you don't know what's in his energy. You know what I'm saying? You can't play like him. Technically, yes, you can.
Well, maybe, yeah, but nobody has.
Yeah, so. Maybe.
So technically,
there's a 6-year-old Japanese kid who's gonna blow you away at doing Hendrix.
Well, maybe, but and you know what? There generally are, but those people tend not to be people that record companies pay to make records anymore. So they just want somebody that's marketable. That's why bands are on the decline, and it's all solo artists now because they're easier to market.
That's right. And you said guitarist, and there's one guitarist, and I think it's conclusive that there is nobody like him. It's Robert Fripp.
Sure.
There is nobody like him. I just went to see a band called The Beat, which is Danny Carey on drums from Tool, Steve Vai on guitar. This ain't small fries.
Oh no, I'd say not. Sounds like
Adrian Belew and Tony Levin.
I mean, Steve Vai was better even than Ralph Macchio. Somebody out watching the show got that joke.
Yeah, no.
So
Steve Vai was having a hard time, and he vocally, so he would say in interviews like, "Man, this is on the level of its own. This is different. This is a study. This is this is that." But anyways, okay. So Ardy, do we get this started? I mean, I'm gonna
let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm gonna take you down because
let's do it.
You know what?
What are you waiting for? Do it.
Just to say something. I admire you, and I admire your confidence and your blowhardiness of of intelligence. You think you're so hot shit, Ardy. You know what I mean? Everybody looks up to you, but you know what? Could be a ruse.
Ooh.
Ruse.
Okay, I don't know who you're talking about, but
I'm
okay.
talking about you. That's what I'm talking about.
All
okay?
right.
And the thing is that, like I said, you cut me off because I don't even know what I'm saying, and you have to say it for me. You're the big man. And if I was around you, well, for sure I'd have to give you a shot or something. Probably hit you in the hip or something. But anyways.
Anyway,
Okay.
yes, the movie I was referring to is in fact Crossroads. Several people have understood that reference.
Yes, it was Steve Vai.
It is a good movie, actually. Yeah.
I hear Ralph Macchio actually plays guitar.
I have no idea.
That's what I heard.
So
okay. So look, let's bring down your blowhardiness, okay?
Okay.
You once said that you like to sit on the John, and I'm an expert when it comes to the John. Okay.
I am aware of your expertise in this particular line of research.
And once you said, I don't know, we were talking blah blah blah, and you said, "Ha! I used to read a Trivial Pursuit while I was on the John. I'm so bloody smart that I can crap and do a thesis at the same time."
I'm pretty sure that's not a direct quote. But I'm pretty, if we're talking about like the classic Trivial Pursuit, that set of questions, I'm pretty good at it. But I've played it a lot, so it's been a while. But
Ardy.
Oh, it's one of these. Okay.
Yeah, we're
cool.
Just gonna see how bloody smart you are sitting on the bowl.
If you give me the sports questions, chances are super low that I will know the answer.
For sports?
Yeah, super low.
You're a sports guy.
Nah, not like real sports guys. Okay.
What the hell does that mean?
I'm just saying. Please proceed, and we will find out, won't we?
You see, you're telling me what to do again because your blowhardiness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't help yourself.
Yeah.
So Ardy. Oh, Jesus, I need glasses. Hold on.
He's got to go get his readers. That's okay. I just got new glasses too. So
I can't believe it. Christ. Okay. Okay, Ardy, I'm gonna. And you know what? Let's just give it. Don't answer because I'm sure some people in the peanut gallery are gonna want to answer.
It's been Let's go ahead then. We'll see what happens, and I'll answer. I'll give folks time to throw answers out, and then I will see what I know.
Okay, so look, we're gonna go geography here. Ardy.
Okay,
you're big man geography. Yeah, big talk knows everything. What U.S. state has the highest elevation at 60 feet?
Is it? Oh, Florida.
Wait, well, is that what you said?
Yeah.
You said Florida. Is there anybody else that's going to say anything else? Anything else?
Knee-jerk reaction. I was supposed to wait.
That's okay. You could say it, but you know what I'm saying? William Byrd said Florida.
He says Florida.
A country with penguins. You know what I mean? Who is this guy? Let's find out.
He's from the UK, obviously, because he is Perfidious Albion.
Okay, well, Ardy and John Dyer and everybody else, you're all wrong. You're all wrong, Ardy. Here's strike one in your blowhardiness. It's Delaware.
Delaware.
Okay.
Okay. We'll go with what Trivial Pursuit says. That's cool. It's not like I'm Googling anything here, so.
Okay. Here goes. All right.
I figured it was Florida because Florida is a malarial swamp. So
Manatee, has the show started yet?
It has, in fact, started. We are rolling here.
Find him.
He is a manatee off the coast of Delaware, apparently.
Okay, so what's the oldest trophy competed for by professional athletes in North America? Ardy.
Stanley Cup.
Is anybody else going to answer? Ain't no bum cover.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the Stanley Coupe. So yeah,
I
you're
think
right.
the
That was an easy
Stanley Quap.
It's
The
an
Quap.
easy one.
That's the
You know
French
what I'm saying?
pronunciation.
Yeah,
That's
it's
how they
not
say it
impressive so far.
in
Not
Quebec.
impressive at all, Ardy.
Not at all.
No,
I agree.
I don't think so. All right, so are you a movie fan?
I've seen a decent number of movies. I'm behind, but so is Trivial Pursuit. So
Yes.
I don't think I will have. I mean, it's probably been 20 years since I've played with the classic questions anyway, and I don't think my knowledge of that has necessarily increased much in the last 20 years. Let me put it that way.
Well, just to let you know, Artie, because I'm soft spoken and in the background type of person.
Oh yeah, we know how reserved you are and calm you
and
are.
reserved and introverted. Yes,
Right,
I am.
yeah,
Because I
yeah.
swear to God, I could be more. But anyways, at one point in my life, for 4 years, I watched one movie a night. All right.
Cool.
So I'm a movie guy.
Okay, cool.
Capiche?
Sure.
All right. So, what did Peter Sellers use as an ink blotter in The Wrong Box?
The movie is called The Wrong Box?
It's in italics.
All right, I assume that's the movie title. I've never seen that nor heard of it, so I haven't the vaguest idea. Was that wasn't the one with Sophia Loren, I'm pretty sure. Because that one was memorable, if you know what I mean.
The answer kills me because it's Peter Sellers. So,
okay.
Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Here.
That's
the Shroud of Turin.
The Shroud of Turin.
What's the matter with this guy? Oh, and I'm sorry I missed Mike when he was on the show, man. I was in no physical condition. I was like the slime that the slug leaves behind. So the answer is a cat.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Haven't seen the movie. No plans to see it anytime soon.
Okay, so look, let's go into the head. You know what I mean? Let's go into the land of Freud. Let's go into the land of what's the other guy? Synchronicity. Carl Jung and Freud's sister or mother or brother Anna.
Or whatever Freud had going on.
What's the psychiatric term for self-love? That's hilarious.
No clue.
Come on, man.
You know what? This is unusual. I will concede that this is unusual, but I have never taken a psychology class. Even like the general elective psychology class that most people take in college at least once. I went through college 3 different times, and I never took a psychology class. No idea. Are we talking about narcissism? Because that sounds...
Yes, we are. And that's the answer. Look at these people. These people are smarter than you, Ardy, and you're a blowhard.
They all took the psychology class.
No, life is psychology. You just have to step outside, and you've got your psychology lesson for life.
I guess, but this is a jargon question. Not a School of Hard Knocks question, isn't it?
Jeff Beeler, onism, is that witch or something? Is that Japanese?
I have
Japanese
no
term?
idea. Onanism? No idea.
Oh no, Oni. Sorry, Oni is witch. Sorry. But the people who got narcissism, you're my kind of people. Ardy, you know what I'm saying?
I took the history of rock and roll, though. So
yeah, you know what? So did I. Yes. So you're a reader, eh? You're an intellectual, aren't you?
Maybe. We'll see.
You see, you can't say no and be humble. You're a
That's
blowhard,
right.
Ardy.
That's right. I am very humble, Dan.
Yeah, you're a humble bumble. That's what you are.
This is our 190th show, by the way.
Ours?
Mm-hmm.
We've been on this long?
Mm-hmm.
Christ, and the people have been listening to us for this long?
Mm-hmm.
They're all nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you got something else better to do?
We'll have to do an extravaganza for show number 200, folks. We'll talk about that, Mister. Okay. So now we're getting some extra more information than we were looking for from Mr. B.
What the hell happened? Oh, time to sing. And now the time is here.
I've been having some tab crashing on Chrome today. I obviously got to restart the computer, or at least restart Chrome.
This, onanism. There's a contradiction there. Isn't coitus interruptus meaning that someone slapped you as you're about to have an orgasm or something?
I have no idea. No idea. I know what I can tell you what it means literally, but
what does it mean, Ardy?
Apparently, it's some form of masturbation. I don't know.
But it's interruptus.
Onanism. Well, coitus interruptus is the coitus got interruptus.
Yeah. Okay. So
I mean, it's not more complicated than that, as far as I know. I don't know. My coitus has never been interruptus.
Here's a question, and everybody should be able to get this bloody question, because what's the great and proud claim of fame, or claim to fame, I should say, of Thomas Crapper?
Didn't he invent the flush toilet?
Yes, he did.
How about that? That's pretty well known, though. But sometimes you hear these things and they're bullshit, but this one's actually true.
It's true. Well, Adolf Sax invented the saxophone.
Well, that's true. Well, right. That's another true one.
What's the largest inhabited castle?
Oh, inhabited castle. Carcassonne in France would be my guess.
What's the matter with you? You see, because you're not Canadian, you don't know the shit.
I don't know. Is there castles? I mean, I assume there are some castles in Canada. We have some castles here in Ohio.
In Canada?
Yeah, you probably got some eccentric person with a lot of money has probably built a castle at some point, right?
Yeah, the neo-Nazi guy in Toronto.
I don't know who that is. So what's the actual?
He's an asshole.
Looks like Windsor, which this makes sense.
The Hun got it right first. Windsor, man.
I mean, that's logical. I don't know. Sometimes folks want to count Carcassonne as like a walled town instead of a castle. And maybe that's more accurate. I don't know.
City, man.
All I know is it's big.
You know, you want to see a fortified city, come to Quebec. It's fortified.
Okay. It's fortified with Dan.
What do you mean Carcassonne is fake?
Well, it's probably a tourist trap now. That's probably true. Everybody wants to go there because they enjoyed the board game so very, very much.
Yes. The thing is, I think there's 50 people actually living in Carcassonne. That is their dwelling, their home.
Totally possible. Never been there. No idea.
Okay. Ardy, if you don't get this there, virtual shot in the head.
Prepared to be disappointed, Dan.
What university dismissed Timothy Leary for involving students in drugs?
One would assume this would be University of California, Berkeley, but I don't know for sure. That is basically a guess based on where the hippies were.
That's what I would think, but anybody? Come on, let's show up, Ardy. Big
Yale?
man, blow hard. Yeah.
HON644 says Yale. Imanity says USC. Dave Poirier says Harvard. Molotov. Joe says Columbia.
Nah.
And Joe might know that because it's in New York City, and so is he. Molotov Cocktail says Boston University. And San Francisco University from Cardboard Commander. So what's the answer?
The answer is Gregory Mumm, Harvard.
Oh, there we go. No idea. No idea where Timothy Leary was. I just figured there were more hippies at doing LSD at Berkeley.
So Mitty Doctor wants to know what's Ardy takedown is. It's humiliation. It's the time is right for humiliation.
I don't feel that humiliated yet, Dan.
I'm tired of being the second
and you
man
notice he hasn't given me one of the history questions yet, too.
I'm tired of being the second man in charge.
Which is no guarantee that I will know the answers to even the history questions.
I know stuff.
You do. You know what the next question is, for example.
What tools do you use to cruel Crewel. What tools do you use to cruel?
Crewul?
Yeah, E-L.
I have no idea what that activity is.
Look at I Manatee, but that guy's incredible. Where's he from? Florida?
Needles?
Because of manatees.
It could be some kind of knitting for all I know. I don't know shit about knitting.
It's
okay, well, there we go. There's some people knew and I didn't know. See, I don't know everything.
Ardy, you only got one answer, and it's the shit answer.
Well, keep going.
The crapper.
Keep going.
Keep going. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do.
Had to use it at least once. Usually that's for use when the toilet comes out.
Well, here's a good one.
Okay.
And, here goes. What communist country is closest to the U.S.? Come on, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid.
Assume it's gotta be Cuba, but it might be Russia on a technicality based on when this was published. Or the Soviet Union, I should say. So the answer is going to be Cuba.
Carl Issa got it right. You guys bought Alaska from us, man. It's like 20 miles away.
I mentioned Russia.
Who was the chick that was in Alaska, the governor of Alaska? She said she could see the Russian people.
She didn't say that. Tina Fey said that on Saturday Night Live. To be accurate.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It was a pretty good line and a pretty good impression.
Oh, yeah, no, but Tina Fey looks like her, whatever her name is.
Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin. And, you Americans, you guys, there's a lot of fodder there, man. You can make a lot of jokes.
There are, and very few of them are appropriate for this show.
All right. Okay, man. Science and nature, Ardy. Okay? I'm giving you a heads up here.
Okay.
What element? Oh, it's too easy. Do all organic compounds contain?
Carbon?
Yeah, shut up.
That's literally what makes a compound an organic compound, is that there's carbon in it.
Yeah, well, they found, didn't they?
Former chemistry major.
Didn't we find silicon or silicone?
Silicon is the element. Silicone is a plastic material that they make spatulas out of.
Silicon. Didn't we find silicon bacteria somewhere?
I mean, there are organisms, including us, that have silicone in them, or silicon in them. But because it's like just an element, right? We got like all the earthbound elements in us at this point, including uranium and plutonium.
I don't say that too loud. Uranium,
I'm just saying.
Plutonium.
Yeah. If you ever eaten a banana, you've got a bunch of radioactive potassium in you. So there you go.
Joseph Groen or Groen.
Mean Joe Green.
You know what? That's very interesting. Are diamonds considered organic? Because at one time they were. They are.
Still, well, it's been a while since I've taken a chemistry class, but they were when I took chemistry. Oh, this was also, don't forget the salt. It wasn't the salt vampire. I forget what the original Star Trek, where it was that weird creature that
sucked the salt from you.
Yeah, no, that's the salt vampire. There's another. I know the one that Jeff Beeler's talking about too. That's, I believe, a weird alien creature. I think. This is a good line, by the way. I Manatee. Props for this. Yeah. Spatulas, among other things. Let us say. I don't feel sufficiently humiliated yet, Dan. Please proceed.
Oh no, you're humiliated, my friend.
Okay. Technically, I was right about Cuba, though. I got to tell you, because Russia's not the Soviet Union anymore.
It's Russia. You're not
Russia's
right
not a communist country anymore, is it?
Ooh. Very good.
I'm just saying. Then again, when they put this list together, it was. So,
Okay, I'm not going to read the question here because it was too easy. Mike, you are just a dirty Horta.
Horta. That was the silicone-based life form in Devil in the Dark. The Horta.
Oh, I thought that
was actually, it's actually a good episode.
Yeah, I like that. And she was pretty, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel less humiliated now, Dan. Give me a question.
What's a gross?
A gross is a dozen or 144.
Why do you know that?
Why would I not know that? We're in the United States. We have stupid units of measure all over the place.
Yeah, but that's stupid.
Why?
Because
if you'd asked me what is a slug weight, I would not have known the answer if we want to get into obscure traditional English units.
No, you see, if someone would have said, what's a gross, I would have said my ex-mother-in-law.
Well, I could have made a funny crack, but in this case, I did actually know the answer.
A gross. Hey, why don't you guys get with it? Seriously. Get the metric system.
Hey, don't talk to me, man. I'm not in charge of that. I agree. We lost an entire $1 billion Mars probe thanks to some dipshit doing the calculations in miles instead of kilometers.
And it's not kilometers, it's kilometers. Get it right. The Greeks invented it. You say it like a Greek.
I don't know how the Greeks say it. The Greeks didn't invent it. The French invented it, didn't they?
Who cares?
I'm just saying, you think you would know what the French invented?
I'll tell you what they invented. It's legal now.
Well, okay. There you go.
Okay, big man. Big man! And this is also for the peanut gallery, because we're all war gamers, right? We all know our history. Yeah, I know, you don't, kind of thing. You know, that's Ardy. I know, you don't, you're a moron. That's
you got Ardy. The music question. I'm sure you could nail the music category.
I'm nailing a music question. What's the matter with you?
That's what I'm saying.
Here goes. What year did Hitler become Chancellor of Germany?
Was it 33? Was it 33? I thought 33, but...
Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying 33.
No, you're right. I would have said 32. I don't know why.
Leave it to Dan to... I could easily have misremembered that as 32 or 34.
You see?
Too,
you see 34? I would have said 32, man. But Ardy's right. I hate it.
Leave it to Dan to find this particular question out of that entire box of 1,000 cards.
Okay, Ardy.
I would like to point out that most of the viewers have gotten that answer correct.
Yes, yes. Yes, because we're war gamers.
Yeah, exactly.
Sake. What's a Theban sacred band?
The Theban sacred band was a unit, an ancient Greek military unit from Thebes.
Okay, so what's how many people in a Theban?
I have no idea, but I know it was like a bigger unit than was typical for phalanx units at the time. And I know that thanks to great battles of history. Thank you, Mr. Berg and Herman.
You know something? That's you war gamers, and I guess I should say gamers in general. Just I don't know, but there's a higher level of studiousness.
I'm glad you put it that way, because I think that is an accurate statement. I think wargamers and like a lot of analog gamers, that like the D&D people read more. Most of them read more than the average bozo on the street too. So it's not just wargamers. I mean, we got to read the rule book, right?
I didn't say intelligence because that's neither here nor there.
Well, I'm glad you put it the way you did. I can get behind that statement. Or was that the next question?
No, the next question is, what English meadow saw the signing of the Magna Carta?
English meadow. Oh. This is well after the period of English history in which I am most familiar. But I can tell you who signed it, King John.
That's not the question, Ardy.
No, that's not the question. I got no idea. No idea.
You're like that Canadian newspaper baron there who speaks verbally like a dictionary. What's his face?
Runnymede is the common answer here.
And that's it. That's the answer. I miss one?
Rooslip? Yeah, I never heard of that.
It's
I mean, I know what the Magna Carta was.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm asking.
The
Ardy.
Baron said, John, you're going to sign this or not. And if not, we will kill you. So
you see, Ardy, there are people that are smarter than you, so take it down a notch, okay?
I know there's plenty of people smarter than me.
I'm talking.
I'm pretty good with trivia. I thought you were talking.
Right. Let's keep going. Let's keep going with history, all right?
Okay, go ahead.
Who was the last Anglo-Saxon king of England?
Oh, this is the period of English history that I am most familiar with. Harold Godwinson was the last Anglo-Saxon king of England.
Yes. And
yes,
actually,
I know.
MIDI Doctor and Groucho Marx got it right. It's Harold. It's not Harold, whatever the hell last name you said. It's
Godwinson.
Harold. It's Harold here. And
he was literally the son of a dude named Godwin.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, and what's the stack here? These are the games that I'm going to be selling because I have to.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and the reason why I haven't put it up and talked to Ardy about it, I mean, put it on the show and this and that, is because shipping in the States is just insane. It's insane.
Shipping, yeah, it is. No, it is. I agree with you.
In Canada. I sell it in Canada. All right. What do you mean dance plan might be backfiring here? You only got 2 questions. Come on, get out of here. Get this guy out of here.
Please, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm not afraid.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'm not afraid.
Who's the only man to have won the Olympic decathlon twice, Ardy? Twice.
Was it Jim Thorpe?
Yeah, it was my mother. No, it wasn't Jim Thorpe.
Okay, that's my best guess. I don't know.
Really?
Or unless it was Bruce Jenner.
No, Perfidious, there's no... You'll pay shipping if it's the thin red line. I don't have the thin red line, but I have Fitna, Fatna. What is it?
Fitna.
By Nuts.
So
I have that one by Nuts. Anybody want to buy that by Nuts?
So, Dan, you would have seen lots of nuts getting shot off at the Twilight 2000 game today had you been there. So, many groins were taken out by bullets.
God damn.
Do I have that? Go ahead. I have...
Oh, no, I did the Nashorn. No. Empty. They're just empty boxes because my room is a total mess now, as is my life, as is your life, because you are not human. You are a particle. A particle. You are empty. We can go through you. Okay?
I feel like I'm reading the script containing the dialogue of Dr. Emilio Lizardo here, but who was the winner? Was it Johnny Weissmuller? Because a couple people are saying that.
That is.
Johnny Weissmuller? I do, because he was from Cleveland, and people from Cleveland know who Johnny Weissmuller was, who also played Tarzan in a lot of the early Tarzan movies.
Was that a question I asked? And I don't.
You asked about the only person to win the Olympic decathlon twice.
Oh yeah, it was. Sorry, I didn't answer that. It was Bob Mathias.
Bob Mathias? Okay, well, there's why I didn't know that.
So Charles.
Remember,
Lafora,
these are old questions.
Yes, they are old questions, but they're questions nevertheless. And history does not erase itself because a new edition is made.
Well, okay.
All right. So, who was the pride of the Yankees?
Pride of Yankees was Mickey Mantle. Or was it Lou Gehrig? No, it was Lou Gehrig. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to Joe Perez.
Joe Perez is from New York, so he ought to know. But
and stop stuttering, Ardy. Yeah, it makes you look stupid.
No, I had to think about it. I mean, it wasn't Babe Ruth, and the first thing that came to mind was Mickey Mantle for some reason.
Who was Beaver Cleaver's school teacher? God.
God.
I can't wait to meet him.
I don't remember this.
Could you imagine having a teacher called Beaver Cleaver?
I do remember his friends, Wally and Lumpy, because I had friends in high school that looked a lot like Wally and Lumpy from Leave It to Beaver. Or Wally's buddies, anyway.
William Byrd, Tony Breasts, got it? His name is Tony Mammal, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's Miss Landers.
Miss Landers, okay.
Her name is a Beaver Cleaver.
Well, his real name wasn't Beaver, or that was just his nickname.
No, that's a woman we're talking about, Ardy. Oh, sorry, no, sorry. Oh God, I was thinking that the teacher's name was Beaver Cleaver.
No, that was Beaver's name. Was Beaver Cleaver?
Yes, I don't watch American shows.
Well, it's a dated American show. Let's put it that way.
And hold on a second here, DJ Flippy said something. He says, "Dan, you seem agitated. We're here for you.
We're all here for Dan. Should he need assistance
Listen,
or
DJ,
whatever."
I've been agitated since I was in the womb. All right. My mother didn't want to breastfeed me. She just wanted to be friends. All right. All right. Nah, that's too easy. I know I'm not gonna do that. You?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh wow. Who was the Cisco Kid's sidekick?
The Frisco Kid?
Cisco. I'm not talking, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I really don't.
Anybody know here? Anybody know here? Very good.
Rancho, Poncho, Howells, Poncho.
Look at
We're getting a lot of Ponchos here.
William, it's not Rancho, it's Poncho. William, get it right.
Rancho. Rancho was found in the Hidden Valley, apparently.
No, we couldn't get the rights to the Jeopardy.
No,
music.
so Dan, so I said, Dan, give me some Jeopardy-like music, and this is it.
And that's the thing. By being a composer is a lot easier than being a performer, because a composer, you can fart on the piano, and whatever comes out is a composition. Whatever. How did my darling Clementine die?
My Darling Clementine. I've never seen that. I have no idea.
Come on, man.
I have no idea.
Well,
I don't know if Clementine was a woman or a dog or what. I mean, they had to. Old Yeller got to get shot at the end. That's all I know.
And the music was by Miklos.
Miklos Forman?
Is that it?
Milos Forman.
Milos, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Anyways. Yeah. She was lost, poisoned, fell off a horse. No, she drowned.
These are the old Trivial Pursuit questions, Tony Mammal.
They drowned.
It kind of is, actually. And My Darling Clementine was a movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What U.S. state has the longest border with Canada?
Good question. The obvious answer is going to be Montana, but it could be Minnesota and it could be Maine, because those are much squigglier borders. So I'm going to go with Maine. Yeah, well, it's Alaska. Never mind. It's Alaska.
It's Alaska, man.
Yep.
You know, we sold it to you for like $2.
You didn't sell it to us. The Tsar sold it to us.
You mean Alaska belonged to Russia?
Yeah, we bought Alaska from the Russians, from the Russian Empire.
Well, that was a bad deal.
Yes, it was. As it turns out, nobody knew anything about petrochemicals in the 1870s or whatever that was, 1860s maybe.
Petrochemicals? Screw that. We're talking about bombs and human lives here.
In Alaska?
Oh, yeah, man, it's the first line of defense.
I guess.
Obviously. Yeah, they want it back. Yeah, the Yanks, yeah, they can have it back, but I don't think they have enough money. Okay. There's what did Hans Christian Andersen always travel with in case of fire? What a paranoid freak.
I don't know, a fire blanket or a a pail of sand?
Oh, Christ, man. So, some people are just really weird. They can't be normal like me. I'm normal.
Oh.
You're not.
Okay.
All right? And it's a rope.
A rope.
Look at that. Danny Seckery, a cigar. Nah, Dan. It's a rope, man. It's a rope.
Okay, I guess. I mean, that sort of makes sense, I guess. Unless Rapunzel is handy to help you egress the third story building.
Did he write that with Rapunzel in it?
I have no idea.
Oh, he didn't.
He might have. I don't know.
What did he do?
I don't think so.
Some of these answers are fantastic.
Oh, I bet.
What was the name of Pat Brady's Jeep?
Pat Brady. Who's Pat Brady?
I don't know. Come on, somebody.
Pat Brady?
Pat Brady. Someone's got to notice.
Well, that's not a character from the Brady Bunch.
Could be.
Beep the Jeep is what Mandering Mike says, and he's Jeepy McJeepface. That could, Betsy?
Yeah, Pat Brady's Jeep. The Jeep.
Who's Pat Brady?
I don't know. Some American dude.
I don't know who Pat Brady is.
Okay, well, it's Nellie Belly. Nellie
All right.
Bell.
Well, I clearly don't know the. Okay, so he was an American actor, died in 1972.
What purpose?
Born in Toledo.
What purpose did the Bastille serve before it was stormed on July 14th, 1789?
It was a prison at the time when it was stormed.
Yeah, it was a prison.
Yeah, that's another one that everyone in the chat would have gotten correct, I'm pretty sure.
What dry wind blows down the eastern slopes of the Rockies? I know that. A pub.
I have no idea.
Come on, man.
Sirocco.
No.
It's not a Sirocco?
No. It's the Chinook.
The Chinook. Okay.
Yeah, Chinook. It's like outdated helicopters. We're gonna
so it wasn't the Alberta Clipper. That would have been a good guess. I didn't think of that.
Alberta Clipper.
Yeah.
But
apparently that's something different. What am I, a meteorologist?
You're Canadian, eh, Jeff?
Jeff is, in fact, Canadian.
Yeah, I know that.
Why is that something we had to say?
Jeff, here's a question for Jeff. What's that cliff called, if I'm not mistaken, in Alberta, and it's involving buffaloes?
Is that the Alberta Clipper?
No. What is it? Jeff, I want to know if you know what that cliff involving buffaloes, what is the name of that cliff?
Don't look at me, folks. I have no idea. And Jeff says that the Alberta Clipper is a Chinook.
Okay, Jeff, relax. Relax, huh?
All right. Next question, Dan. Well, Jeff thinks about that. Cliff's
that was the question, man. But no, Buffalo. Isn't it called smashed in head buffalo jump or something like that?
Buffalo jump, buffalo falls on head, Buffalo Wild Cliffs,
No,
which
it's
is a good one.
Smashing Head Buffalo Jump, something like that, because
The
they
Big Butte.
the people would push the buffalo and they would just fall off, and then it's like easy meat, you know.
Seems to take a lot of the sport out of it.
What's the world's largest distilling company, Ardy?
Ooh, distilling company. Now, this is going to be, I am legless when it comes to this question, because what that's asking is what the largest distilling company was in 1980 or whenever that came out, and it might be different now.
Trust me.
Is it Beam or Beam? Beam is it's Beam Suntory now, I believe.
What's the matter with you? How come every bloody answer you have to think Canadian. You have to. It
could be Diageo, actually. That's actually good. Is it Seagram's? Okay. Yes,
I know. I go under the tunnel sometimes when I drive there, and it takes miles and miles. When you go under the tunnel, it's all Seagram's.
So you're saying you get your booze directly from the distillery?
No, but we used to be able to get the barrels, man, for free.
Diageo's a good guess, though, Tony Mammal.
And the thing is that, the Kennedys know Seagram's very well. Anyways. I read this wrong, and I'm glad I looked it over. What did America firsters want to keep out of?
America firsters. Presumably, this is World War II.
I read fisters.
Presumably, well, that's not entirely inappropriate.
Yeah, you're right. World War II. What do you want me to tell you?
All right, another easy one.
Okay. Oh, that's stupid. That's stupid. Oh, really? What must a Mensa member be?
Mensa is like a club for people who have really good IQ scores and who are, as far as I can tell, more full of themselves than they necessarily ought to be. From my personal experience, but I believe there's an actual IQ score that they have to have.
It can't be 200.
I don't know what the actual number is. I don't think it's 200.
200.
I don't think it's 200, but I don't remember what the number is.
Well, it says you got to be a genius.
That's a specific IQ score. I think it's 140, something like that. Is genius.
Not a genius, it's an alien.
200. Yeah, 200 is off the charts, literally off the charts.
Yeah, no. There's no such thing as 200 except that that guy who's got not Asperger's, but what's the
ALS? Stephen Hawking?
No, there's a guy who's got what's Asperger's. What it goes under the
Rain Man? Is that who you're talking about?
Who?
Rain Man?
No, man.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
Marilyn Vos Savant is supposedly the person with the highest IQ.
Marilyn? I thought it was a guy.
This is the person's name.
Could be a guy, Marilyn Manson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Marilyn Manson is a stage name for a dude who grew up in somewhere in Ohio, as I recall.
Okay, so Mike Bertuccelli says 140 to be Mensa. I would think that's more reasonable. And you know what? My daughter, we had her. I don't know. Things were happening that new parents don't know what's going on. So you bring the kid to a psychology exam thing, and they have them jumping hoops and all that. And she's 141, man.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but that's bad. When you're that smart, it's bad because you're aware of the world, and it just makes you a miserable wretch.
I concede that is a possibility.
That is a possibility. That's why I'm miserable, because I'm smart. What U.S. city has hosted 2 Winter Olympics?
Winter Olympics? Is it Lake Placid, New York?
One of them, that's for sure. I know, that's it. Lake Placid.
That was easy. Winter Olympics is the trick. What? No.
Have you ever been to Lake Placid?
No.
It's nice.
I know it's in New York.
It's very nice. I used to go get my tobacco there and drive it across the border illegally. Come and get me now if you want.
That's Dan the Smuggler.
That's right.
That's right.
I used to buy cigars and bring them over.
Don't worry, folks. The statute of limitations has expired in both the U.S. and Canada and the state of New York.
And I used to hide them very good, if you know what I mean.
We'll ask no further. I will not be asking Dan any further questions this evening.
Okay. Who wrote The Night of the Iguana?
Oh. No idea.
Come on, he's one of your great playwrights, man.
The Night of the Iguana. I'm guessing Henry Miller.
Nah. You got to think like Cat on a Hot Tin Roof and stuff like that.
Like William Faulkner or somebody like that. I don't even know if he wrote plays. Tennessee Williams, HUN 644. Okay. Yeah, that's the guy that wrote the Death of a Salesman, as I recall.
No, that's Henry Miller.
Is it? Okay. What did Tennessee Williams write? Cat on a Hot Tin Roof?
And he wrote Stella, a Streetcar Named Desire.
Okay.
What else did he write, man? This guy wrote everything.
Okay.
Did he write Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
No idea.
Did you see that movie?
No.
With
Never
Richard
seen it.
Burton, Elizabeth Taylor?
Nope.
And two other people that we know, but I forget their names?
Nope.
That
Arthur Miller. There you go. Arthur Miller, the playwright, was married to Marilyn Monroe.
Sorry. Arthur Henry. It's the same thing.
The Glass Menagerie. That is the play I'm thinking of.
The Glass Menagerie. That's right.
What a horrid ordeal that was to sit through.
That's genius.
I've seen it performed live, and then they woke me up when it was over.
Mitty Doctor. You know what, Mitty Doctor? You're probably right. Because their acting was so personal, so unbelievable. What a movie. I'm getting goosebumps now.
That's the Ass Menagerie. That's the better version, probably.
Yeah. Okay. You know what, Ardy? You're failing.
They're tough questions. They are legitimately tough questions.
You used to sit on the John and read these. This is what you told me.
I don't recall ever actually doing that.
I recall everything.
You might, but I don't, so maybe I forgot.
What translated literally is the 9th month?
The ninth month? September is the...
They give you the answer. It's so stupid or what?
Yeah, so September is from the Latin sept, meaning 7, okay?
Yeah. So yeah, that's right.
So it's the 7th month, but it's actually the 9th month because two guys named Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar decided they were important enough to warrant a month on the calendar. I'm not making that up.
The audacity of creating a calendar with...
In fact, from September, it counts up 7, 8, 9, 10. December is Deca, 10.
You're right.
November is Novus, 9. October is Oct, 8. Or Octo.
I'm Italian. Okay?
Why do you think I took Latin? Is to answer important Trivial Pursuit questions like these.
What's
Nope. We're good. Next question. Yep, I know. Next question. We'll move on. We're on the edge. Let's not take that any further.
Okay,
it's all good. We're all cool. Just not any further.
Shelley seems to know a lot about IQs and numbers and all that.
Well, so Mike knows a lot about a lot of things.
Are you just gonna cut me off every time I
No,
talk?
go ahead. Go ahead. Please proceed.
Don't tell me what to do.
Okay.
I'll tell you if it's okay or not.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you stop having the last word? 100.
What?
100.
What about 100?
What percentage of the population has an IQ above 100?
50. That's how it's defined.
What?
50. Above? Did you say above 100? Sorry, you said above 100. Yeah, that's how it's defined. That 100 is, I believe, defined as the mean. Yeah, I think so.
That's how it's defined.
Maybe Mike Berticelli or somebody else knows more about it than I do. We're getting a lot of IQ-related questions here. A sign of the 70s.
Because I want to see how smart you are.
So what's the answer?
You see, I know this.
I mean, I feel where Christoph is coming from here. But
what kind of animal is
what was the answer? Wait, what was the answer to the last one?
50.
Oh, well, okay then.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. 100 is average.
I guess we all just knew that. Now, what about Nanook or...
Yeah, what kind of animal is Nanook in the Eskimo tongue? That's a racist question. Racist!
I literally have no clue. I am piecing this together from other pieces of trivia, and I assume that Nanook was a dog.
Okay, no, it's going to rip you apart if you go there. It's a carnivore, the largest carnivore on the planet.
Oh, the polar bear?
Yes.
Was it Nanook? Okay. I have never seen Nanook of the North.
So if you
all I know is that he was from the North.
So Zappa's piece, Nanook. Oh yeah, okay.
I also do not speak Inuit.
What do you want for free?
You're getting what you're paying for here, folks. Don't give Dan a hard time. That's my job.
Okay, what Asian leader is known as the little brown saint? I didn't think they had saints in Asia.
The little brown saint. My guess is it's Ho Chi Minh. They had a lot of very fond nicknames for Grandpa Ho or Uncle Ho.
Uncle Ho. Yeah, Uncle Ho must be married to Auntie Ho. You know what I'm saying? Gandhi, Perez, meandering Mike.
Okay, that makes a ton more sense.
Yeah. You guys.
That makes a ton more sense, and I should have known that.
Yeah, you should have known, but you didn't, Ardy. So you're not as smart as you think you are.
I never said I was smart. I know some stuff that I've said, just not all the right stuff.
Okay, here's something you know for sure because it's American. What was the name of P.T. Barnum's giant elephant?
Dumbo. Was it Dumbo? I don't know. If it wasn't Dumbo, I have no idea. It wasn't Tantor. I know that. That was Tarzan's elephant.
Yeah, because everybody's got an elephant. And Hun is right. And William Burr is right. It's Jumbo.
Jumbo. All right, cool. It was Jumbo. There you go.
It's an elephant.
It wasn't Dumbo. It was Jumbo. Right. Kevin. Kevin. Hi, this is Todd, our elephant. What? I was close. I was only one letter off.
How much did a McDonald's hamburger cost in 1963?
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to completely guess and say a nickel.
Can anybody guess this? Do we have anybody born 1963 pre?
Henry Mike says 19 cents. Carl, welcome back to the show, says 10 cents. iManatee says 18 cents. HON644 says 50 cents. Groucho says 5 cents. Jonathan Dyer says 7 cents. We're all over the place here. What's the answer?
The answer is 15 cents.
15 cents. We all got it wrong. How about that? I was not born in 1960, whatever that was. All right, 63. Dan.
Kilroy was here. Yeah, after I said it, Kilroy.
There you go. There you go.
Smart. You think you're smart, Kilroy? Maybe we should have you on the show and put you down, too.
He's smart. He's a smart fella. Last question, Dan.
Because he's a lawyer.
Exactly. He's a big shot lawyer, too.
That means he just knows how to read.
+3 with cheese. All right. Last question, Dan.
What's known as the Bishop's Stone?
The Bishop's Stone. Is this the Stone of Scone? This is a UK thing, I believe. Could be the Stone of Scone, or it could be some other stone. in like Glastonbury or something like
Come
that.
on, Kilroy. Kilroy, can't you answer the question? He's going to Google it, obviously.
I did Google Pat Brady to find out who the fuck he was.
Isn't he a football player?
We just covered this. He was an actor, died in 1972. The Stone of Destiny is the Stone of Scone, though.
No, the stone, the actual name of the stone itself, the mineral, no,
Okay, repeat the question. So you're asking what the type of rock is?
What's known as the bishop's stone, and I will not elaborate more than that.
Okay. So what I'm getting here is it's a gemstone that is known as the Bishop's Stone. I'm going to guess Chalcedony.
Rolling Stone. I like that.
The Rolling Stone. The Blarney Stone. That's a good
Amethyst.
one. Amethyst. Okay.
Big man. Well, you failed, Ardy.
Amethyst. Who the hell knows that?
You failed.
The bishop failed. He named his stone something stupid.
So you're not as smart as you think you are.
I'm apparently you've got a different opinion of me than I have. So,
well, obviously this was fun, Ardy. I think you're smart, not as smart as me, but yeah.
So we will be back next week, folks, with our very special guest, which is Brian Train. Be great to talk to Brian again. It's been quite a while, and we got the Players Aid guys, Grant and Alexander, out on the hook. We'll dragoon them in at some point. Just wasn't tonight.
I swear to God, man.
I swear those guys, man.
They take us for granted.
That's right, man. I don't know why we put up with those guys,
especially Grant.
Grant, and I'm Grant. What a big hairy teddy bear he is.
So Jonathan says this was diverting.
Diverting, yeah, good. I'm glad. Hopefully, folks had fun. That is our only mission here, folks. Is that the folks who are watching are having fun? I hope they are. I hope they are. In any case. All right, folks, we gotta go. Dan's gotta go, and I gotta go. So we will see you all again next Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I think we could. Can we stop calling it daylight time since it's not supposed to go back to other time anymore?
As soon as you said daylight time, you gave me anxiety.
Yeah, it's the regular time, Dan. When I say the time, you can read that as just the regular time. When I say 7:30, I mean 7:30 for both of us. We are both in the proper time zone, Eastern time.
So listen, people, you know what? Brian Train, when we emailed him, he would like some questions, and the thing is that we're probably going to have Ardy, if you're okay with that, a lot of questions from the Peanut Gallery.
Sure, no problem. We can do that. So come prepared with questions for Mr. Train, who is Canadian, if you didn't know that.
He bloody is.
He's very Canadian, and exactly the kind of fellow you'd expect for a Canadian. Super nice guy. So, all right. So, everybody have a great rest of the night. We will see you all again next week.